Don't steal their catchphrase, dude. Believe me, you don't want to have to deal with Toy and their obsessive copyright claims. We opened the last of our Cure intro episodes with Chiyu visiting Nodoka's house, with the latter immediately taking her to her room. Her father wanted to be properly introduced to her daughter's new friend, but the missus stopped him. We have a confirmed shipper on deck, Captain! No, actually, Latte wasn't feeling well, even though her forehead crystal wasn't detecting any Byogens. Thus, they decided to take her to the Hiramitsu Animal Clinic, the same place where Nodoka originally met Hinata. Speaking of whom, Nyatra noticed her while scouting for his partner again. She was running late to a shopping trip with a couple of her friends, but in her haste ended up dropping her lip balm, forcing Nyatra to try and return it to her. This resulted in the two having a very dynamic first meeting, topped with the kitty blowing his own cover. Great job, Meowth. Meanwhile, in the Byogen Kingdom, Shindoinen finally got to speak with her beloved king, informing him about Chiyu's debut.
Phrasing?
I swear, this franchise keeps providing me with evidence to counter Culpa. However, she wasn't going to be the villain this week, but rather evil Ashura here. Back with the Precure, Hinata's brother Yota managed to successfully treat Latte, and the fact that he was her brother came as a surprise to the two. Can't be helped, dude. You're in an anime. He told them his sister was supposed to be meeting with her friends, just as said sibling arrived screaming about a talking cat, and no, not that monstrosity. But yeah, I'll say right now, the animation in this episode is easily the best of the series so far, and really helps to accentuate the comedy thanks to everyone's exaggerated movements. And just wait until we get to the fight this week, but before that, our heroines needed to have a little chat. They went outside to the cafe managed by Hinata's sister, Mei, who they didn't mistake as her mother. What even is equality anymore? Anyway, Hinata wasn't dropping the talking cat subject, so Nyatran decided to just reveal himself, though pretended not to know Nodoka and Chiyu to at least keep the Precure a secret. It was a pretty smart call on his part, since he was at least convincing her not to dig any further beyond the fact that he could talk. Hinata herself wasn't intending to reveal this fact to anyone else. I mean, yeah, she did try to tell her brother, but that was only because she figured he could help hide Nyatran, as she was concerned he may end up attracting unwanted attention. Of course, she then realized even telling her brother was risky, but she was mostly going off of her impulses. And right off the bat, we're getting good characterization! What is the deal with this series anymore? But yeah, within just a few seconds, we learned a lot about this girl with the pigtails. We learned that she's very altruistic, surprisingly astute, and yet more than a little impulsive. Kinda fits her character since she always seems to be going 80 miles an hour. Still, going that fast meant that she was going to overlook a few things like her friends whom she totally stood up. Thus, by the time they got to the shopping center, they had understandably gone on without her. Hinata acknowledged that she was fully aware of her impulsive nature, but just couldn't help herself and felt bad about it. Nyatran agreed to help explain things, which would blow their cover even further, so Nodoka and Chiyu decided to help explain things instead. Also, there's a unique face from the latter. However, their priorities quickly changed when Guaiwaru used a mirror to create a Mega Byogen. A mirror monster, you could say. But yeah, mass-produced mirrors somehow contained an elemental. I mean, the crates do later clarify that this is an elemental of light, so I guess that's part of nature, but to say it's coming from a mirror, isn't that a tiny bit of a stretch? On a side note, I'll say this is one of the coolest designs for a standard monster of the week I've seen in a good while. Anyway, Nodoka and Chiyu went into action while Nyatran distracted Hinata. She was about to leave with her friends, but once again, her altruistic, impulsive nature kicked in and she couldn't leave Nodoka and Chiyu behind. Nyatran took notice of her bravery and decided to test her by purposely drawing attention to the Precure's transformations. They engaged the Mega Byoken, and as I hinted at, this week's fight was yet another step up, with the two outputting some really good offense and even avoiding the old cliche of not moving away from a giant attack. Hinata ended up interrupting the festivities, but I won't complain because... I see someone's getting ready for the next NHK popularity polls. So, after pulling an Erika, Hinata quickly realized, oh yeah, this is kind of a dangerous situation, ain't it? However, she didn't back down even while witnessing her new friends being strangled. All of this was more than enough to convince Nyatran that he had found his partner, leading to him reenacting an overused scene from Fate's Stay Night. Thus, Hinata transformed with probably my second favorite sequence after Chiyu's. I think I just prefer how she puts on her coat. Still, I did like Hinata's flashy effects, which involved a lot of stars, or stardust you could say. Yeah, interestingly enough, Sparkle's transformation and finisher were animated by Kota Fumiaki. He hasn't done a whole lot of work for Precure, mostly just key animations for the movies. No, he's probably more well known in the JoJo circles for his work on Stardust Crusaders, in particular this animation. Yeah, just keep that image in mind every time you see Hinata transform. He also worked on the Sinful Gear series, mostly for Hibiki's animations. I guess if he wasn't going to get the Aoyuki character, he was at least going to get the yellow character. Anyway, matching with her personality, Hinata was the speedy glass cannon of her team, focusing on fast, overwhelming offense. Though, even her meager defenses could be used offensively. Her impulsiveness was almost her downfall again when she tried to defeat the Mega Byoken without purifying it, but thankfully her teammates backed her up. Thus, she defeated it properly by delivering her finisher, Zap Cannon, good thing she used Lock-On first, and a healed latte with Hinata's bottle, again gotta push them toys. Thus, the episode ended with Hinata apologizing to her friends and them rather easily forgiving her in spite of her standing them up for about a few hours. However, after realizing how loose-lipped this little ball of caffeine was, Nodoka and Chiyu decided to tag along just to make sure their new teammate didn't spill any beans. So, yeah, the yellow of this team got the best debut episode. I mean, nothing against Nodoka or Chiyu, but just through a combination of really good animation, great characterization, and plenty of humor, the impulsive duo have become early frontrunners for this show. Interesting thing about this duo compared to the other two is how they seem to almost be exactly alike rather than near polar opposite personalities but similar ideals. Though when you dig a little deeper, you realize Nyatran is a lot more methodical in his actions, like coming up with a decent cover story, and later testing Hinata's worth as a Precure. Both are impulsive, but Hinata even more so due to her selflessness and unbending desire to help others. And as we saw with Mana Aida, this is both one of her greatest strengths and weaknesses, as she'll always try to help everyone and everything within her peripheral vision, which, while morally a good trait for a Precure, from a practical standpoint, it leads to her making many mistakes, which almost had severe consequences in this episode. Still, to her credit, unlike some other Genki girls, she was aware of her bad habits and would apologize for every little detail. And most importantly, the show doesn't seem to be treating her impulses like just a cute little quirk, but rather an obstacle she does need to overcome like it should be. Hopefully, this will lead to an arc where the fairy and Precure can help each other gain a little more focus. And it goes without saying that along with a couple of JoJo sequences, the animation this week was really good. Not only allowing for a relatively lengthy and energetic fight, but also some very expressive and well-paced slapstick. I'm not exactly sure why the yellow of this team got such special treatment, but if it emphasizes the sheer amount of charisma this one character and her kitty has, I'm not complaining. Work on the first part of my Happiness Charge Precure review is going well, so it should be up, within the next couple of weeks or so. And I gotta say, for a series that I originally thought would produce a rather straightforward review, I think my feelings towards it have become a little more complicated upon rewatch. You'll see what I mean as that review progresses. Look forward to it, and until then though, farewell for now my friends, and remember, don't play with your food.